Well, happy Friday, YouTube. It is Mike here, Baseball Collector, and I have a ton of PSA cards to show you that I've gotten. Some of which I've gotten in the mail the last few days, some of which I got in an order from 4 Sharp Corners, and quite a few from a submission that I did with Mr. Fabian, Eastern Connecticut Sports Cards. And let's just say that I'm a terrible judge of the condition of cards. So, with that being said, I'm going to go through some of the stuff I bought, and then I'll make some commentary at the end. But the first card I got, and this is going to be a longer video because I've got quite a few, almost 40 cards to show off. The first one, so I've got a bunch for my 1980 Topps Hall of Fame set registry that I'm working on. The first one is a Tony Perez in a mint 9. I have a Gaylord Perry on the Padres in a mint 9. This is my first Gem Mint 10 that I've gotten for this set, and it's Raleigh Fingers on the Padres. There's a lot of 1980 Topps cards of Hall of Famers on the Padres. Raleigh Fingers, Gaylord Perry, Dave Winfield, Ozzie Smith. You gotta wonder why they weren't very good. Next is a Rod Carew in an 8.5. Nice looking card there. And the last one from the mail that I've gotten the last few days is Mr. Carl Yastrzemski in a mint 9. So then I got an order from 4 Sharp Corners. They were doing a 20% off kind of thing, and thought I'd get some cards that I needed for my set. First one is a Reggie Jackson in a mint 9. Next, for Ray from Philly, Steve Carlton in a mint 9. Next, and this isn't on the registry, but I'm going to submit it to be on the registry because it does picture a Hall of Famer, and it's on the Braves team checklist. And this is a near mint or a mint 9 because it's got Bobby Cox as the manager. Next is a great catcher, Johnny Bench in a mint 9. And the last 80 Topps from this 4 Sharp Corners order, Willie McCovey in a mint 9. So those are all the 80 Topps from mail and 4 Sharp Corners. And then I'm also just trying to get a good graded card of all the Hall of Famers that are out there. Autograph card, rookie card. I'm trying to kind of create this method to the madness of having a really high graded card, ideally from their playing days, but if that's not reasonable, then a card. And one of the sets I really like are the 1960 and 61 Fleer sets because they have a lot of old time players, and they're still, you know, 57-year-old, 56-year-old cards. This is a 61 Topps Harry Heilman from the Tigers in a near mint 8. And these were really cheap, so I think I paid $8 for each one of them, which is hard to pass up. Here's Hall of Famer Sam Rice in a near mint 8. And they're all in the new holder too, which is cool. Here is a 61 Fleer Chick Hafey in a near mint 8. Next one is a Hall of Fame umpire, Billy Evans, in a near mint 8. And the last one is former executive commissioner, I guess, Ford Frick, in a near mint 8. So there you go. So that is all the cards from Mail and 4 Sharp Corners. Now, I had 26 cards that I gave to Mr. Fabian to send in to get graded. And I simply had these cards in my collection. I just thought, I'll send them in and see what happens. But man, I am a terrible judge of character. So 3 of them got the notorious no minimum size requirement. So either they're too small or whatever's wrong with them. And I had a 61 tops Warren Spahn, a 71 tops Rod Carew, and a 73 tops Nolan Ryan. So all of those did not meet the minimum size requirement for whatever reason. And now, the other 23 cards that I sent in. And I'll try to talk about them some as I show them, because when I looked at them and was ready to send them in, they didn't look that bad. So I was thinking 5s, 6s, and 7s maybe on the vintage stuff. So the first card is a 77 tops Nolan Ryan, and it got a 6.5. And let me tell you guys, it only goes downhill from here. So a 6.5 on a 77 tops Nolan Ryan. This is a 1975 tops Hank Aaron, and I can see now why it got the grade that it did, but I don't remember this being on this card. But this got a 1.5 fair, and there is a giant wrinkle in the surface wrinkle in the card all the way through his face, and I don't remember that being there. And it's actually true on a couple of cards, so either they got messed up in the shipping or something. But there you go, a 1.5. That's what it looks like. That's what a 1.5 looks like. That's worth $1 now. Here is a 1975 tops Brooks Robinson. I love the 75 tops, all the different colors. I mean, it's so goofy, it's pretty. This one got an excellent mint 6. So not terrible, but there's you can see it right there, a print mark on it. So that sure brought it down. But the corners look good. Centering's pretty good on this card. Everybody I know says this, but we wish we could have explanations for why the cards got the grades they did. This is another one with a surface wrinkle, and the surface wrinkle is in the exact same spot, right through the middle of the card, as the 75 tops Hank Aaron. This is a 74 tops all-time home run king Hank Aaron, and it got a very good 3. And it's got to be because of that surface wrinkle. I know you can't see it on the video, but it's there. Absolutely there. Here's another 73 tops card that I sent in. It's a strikeout leaders with Carlton and Nolan Ryan, and it got an excellent mint 6. Here's a card that, again, when I looked at it and was ready to send it in, I was thinking this was going to get at least a 5 or a 6, and it got a 3. A Roberto Clemente 1972 tops in action card. A 3. Yay. Thrilled to death. Oh, here's another good one. 1969 tops, and I don't mean good like as in good. I mean good as in what the heck. 69 tops Hank Aaron in a 3. Oh boy. I know I sound really excited, but I'm just like, God, really? Here's a 68 tops Mickey Mantle. This is a card that I got when I was a kid, and I really thought it was in better shape than this, but it got a 3.5. Ugh. I know, it's Mickey Mantle, but still. This card I thought was really sharp, but I knew it was a little miscut, a little off center, but a 1961 tops Eddie Matthews, and that's a PSA 4. And then all these next few cards I'm going to show you all have surface wrinkles in them, And again, you know, I look for that, so it's really surprising that they all tend to have the same grade, and when I look at them closer, the same problem. It's a 68 Topps game, and I love this set from when I was a kid. Well, before when I was a kid, but I just always thought they were cool cards. And this is a Willie Mays in a 3. There it is. I had 2 of those, so I sent them in, and that one got a 3. I can't imagine why that's a 3, but I mean, even the centering on the back is a little off, but it's not a 3. There's a wrinkle up there, right where that surface wrinkle, right in the middle, because it's a smaller card, so it's right up here. It's got a surface wrinkle that are all in the same place. This one's a Roberto Clemente 68 Topps game, and it got a 4. And again, no surface wrinkle on that one. I don't see any wrinkles at all, so why is that a 4? This next one is a Hank Aaron 68 Topps game, and it's a 4 miscut, and it is miscut, but mainly on the back. You can see it. It's miscut on the back. So there you go. Here's another Mantle 68 Topps game, and it got a 3. And up here is kind of a wrinkle, like the corner got smushed somehow or something right up there. But it's a 3. It's still Mickey Mantle, I guess. A couple of 1980 Topps. Same player. And these looked, again, really sharp to me when I thought I was sending them in. Here's a Nolan Ryan 80 Topps in a near mint, or excellent mint 6. And his brother, I got another one. Same player, Nolan Ryan, in an excellent mint 6. Blah. Again, thought these were much better. I'm just a terrible judge of... I'm just gonna buy cards now, but I'll talk about that in a minute. Here's another 83 Topps. I'm actually surprised this got a 7 because it's pretty miscut now that I look at it. It's a 83 Topps Tony Gwynn. And it's really kind of off center, left to right there on the back. So it got a 7. Sent in, I already had one of these graded, but I thought I could maybe shoot for a 10. And it's a 89 Topps traded King Griffey Jr., and it's a 9. But I can see it's a little bit off center, left to right. I'd love to ask him what's wrong with this card. This is an 89 score traded King Griffey Jr. rookie card, and that's a mint 9. Let's see. This is a weird set to grade. For some reason, it always grades really hard. 89 or 90. Yeah, I'm sorry, 89 Upper Deck. This is a Randy Johnson rookie, and it only got a near mint to mint 8. I've got a 9, so it's kind of like, for me, it should have been 10 or nothing. Like, don't even bother. If it's not a 10, just tell me, and we'll call it a day. Next, I got a couple of 68 Topps All-Star cards, and again, not great grades. I got a 4 on this Clemente. I'll show it to you sideways. Corners are a little rough, probably on that one. This is a Hank Aaron 68 Topps All-Star, and it got a 5.5. So, not terrible, but I was hoping for better. You always want really high grades. I mean, you're spending the money to send them in. Mr. Fabian's doing us all a great favor, all the people that submitted them. here's another, you know, kind of ear scratcher, head scratcher. 70 Topps All-Star Hank Aaron in a 4. It's a little, I mean, it's off center for sure, but to a 4. And maybe centering just matters so much. There's no surface issues with this card. It's just kind of off center, kind of that way, down the side, the corner of the card. There it is. So there's my submission. I mean, I really appreciate Mr. Fabian, you know, sending in everybody's cards and doing it for me. I really appreciate it. I was kind of bugging him because it just seemed to take a long time. I know it just takes a long time. PSA is notoriously slow, especially when you're sending in. We sent this submission in July, and it just came back to me today. So I do appreciate what he did. I'm just going to buy graded cards from now on because obviously I can't tell the difference between a 3 and a 7. So just buy the grade or buy the card. I'm happy I did it and have a lot of cool stuff to put in the set registry, but I kind of really disappointed in the grades. That's all there is to say about it. So it is what it is. I can't change it. I can't send them back. I'm not going to crack them or anything like that. They're just going to go in the collection and we'll call it a day. So thanks everybody for watching and hope you have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.